Well, it is the 20th day of December, the year 2023. A very good evening to you and welcome to EBN Prime Edition tonight. My name is Sami Adika. I do hope you are safe from wherever you're watching. Just a few days to go before celebrating Christmas, that is the 25th of December this year. The Inspector General of Police, Japheth Kome, has instructed all officers on leave to resume work with immediate effect owing to increased traffic. The announcement is part of the National Police Service preparedness ahead of the festive season. Kome has also warned traffic officers against corruption, saying they should diligently perform their mandate to ensure law and order on the road. Kome also called on all road users to exercise caution in order to reduce road accidents that are always on the rise during festive seasons.
However, I wish to emphasize that road safety is our collective responsibility as Kenyans. We must change our behavior on the roads. We have no option. We must change our conduct along the highways. Therefore, I am appealing to pedestrians, cyclists, border riders, passengers and drivers to adhere to traffic rules so that we may make this festive season safe for all of us. My office remains open to Director EACC for collaboration in fight against corruption. Incidentally, we have reorganized traffic. Unlike the past, all responsibilities regarding traffic matters in the country will be under the Commandant Traffic, Madam Mary Omari, Assistant Inspector General, the whole country. So any incident happening any part of this country, we are going to hold her to account. To further enhance police visibility and security in the country, we have also directed all officers who are currently on leave to resume duty with immediate effect. Tuundumie wananchi, let us have humanity. Hii upusi ya kurokota 50, 100, 1000 nini, it will not take anywhere. After I'm gone, one day I'll go. Kenyans, generation to come will not remember me for the kind of car I was driving, for the amount of money I had, but for the good I did for this country. That is what I'm calling for everybody, requesting and asking and directing every police officer to do. Let's serve our country. Let's ensure our country is safe and secure. Hiyo pusi ingine ya nini haitakupeleka popote, ni shida tu, utafungwa. Utashikwa na EACC. EACC wakati unashika wewe iko makamera hapa. Sasa unaanza kuweka inaitwa nini? Face mask ujifunike, unaanza kuweka goggles. Ni kwa sababu unajua umefanya makosa, ni aibu. Familia yako inakuona ati ulichukua shilingi 2000. It's embarrassing. It is ugly. I wish you all a Merry Christmas and a prosperous new year 2024.
Well, we are waiting to see exactly how all the roads will be manned this festive season. And still on matters road safety, road accident survivors and counselors in partnership with NTSA early today conducted a road safety sensitization campaign at Kerugoya town, that is in Mwea County, ahead of the festive seasons in a bid to sensitize drivers and boda operators. This comes a day after Roads and Transport Cabinet Secretary Kipchumba Murkomen released shocking statistics where almost 4,000 Kenyans have lost their lives due to road carnage. The campaign was aimed at educating all the road users on the need to adhere to traffic rules, especially public services vehicles and boda operators.
Speeding is a leading cause of accident, and I don't know if it is our nature as Kenyans ama shida gani tuko nayo. We are coming here to encourage all drivers na waendeshaji wa pikipiki wote kwamba tuzingatie yale masharti yamewekwa ya kuendesha gari kwa mwendo. ukifika mahali uone imeandikwa alama ya 50 kilometers, endesha gari kwa upesi huo. Tusiende zaidi ya hayo. Sawa sawa. Kitu lingine ni kuendesha gari wakati tumelewa. Hatukatai kukunywa pombe. Tunasema kunywa pombe, lakini usifanye nini? Usiendeshe gari. Hapo ndio shida inakuja.
Mandriver either ni wa pikipiki, ni wa ngari, ni wa matatu. Kila mtu ako na right ya kutumia barabara. Mtu ya mguu, mtu ya baiskeli, mtu ya mgogoteni, mtu ya pikipiki. Barabara yetu ni moja tu. Na inatakiwa kutumiwa na kila mtu. Kwa hivyo ningemuomba ukitumia barabara vizuri, saa ile unaendesha vizuri na mimi niendesha vizuri, mwingine aendesha vizuri, kutakuwa na accident kweli?
Ukiumia maisha yako inabadilika. Na kusema ukweli, mimi nimefanya kazi hospitali miaka mingi, na tukienda pale wondi ya wale wameumia, unakuta vijana wameumia, miguu imekatwa, wengine wamewekwa chuma, na maisha kutoka pale inabadilika. Leo haswa naomba madereva wa magari, tafadhali mkiingia kwa barabara, ni vizuri kukumbuka ya kwamba kuna waendeshaji wengine uwanjani.
Tafadhali, hii ni Disemba. Kama utaki kukua kama mimi, miguu yako ipotee, usikunywe pombe. Usiendeshe pikipiki ama gari ukiwa unakunywa pombe. Juu wakati wewe mwenyewe unakunywa pombe unasababisha vifo vya watu wengine, na au unasababisha ni mapapa ya watu wanadipendiwa na watoto wao. Kwa hivyo maisha itachange. Kwa hivyo usiharibu hivi, usikunywe pombe. Ukijua unakunywa pombe, tafadhali enda kwa club ukunywe pombe, pigia mtu mwingine wa taksi akuchukue akupeleke nyumbani, lakini wacha na mambo ya.
Well, now on matters health, Kilifi County government has reached an agreement with the county medics who were set to begin their strike earlier today. Now, Governor Gideon Mungaro led the agreement meeting with the doctors' representatives, where the devolved unit agreed to address issues raised by the medics. The medics have praised Governor Mungaro for his bold move to ensure they are well catered for, while calling on other governors to follow suit and ensure health services are improved for the benefit of all Kenyans.
We have agreed, and today we have the bone of contention or promotion of job groups. People who are job group J and G have now moved to N. Isn't it? That's No. From M to N. Yeah. And then we have those who are 96 doctors who are moved from job group N to P and P to Q.
Kwa hayo kuna mingi ambayo tumejadiliana, yote yako katika hii tunaita return to work formula. Kwa madaktari wetu ningependa kuwasihi, tumeelewana, mambo yetu tumeelewana hapa ni mambo ambaye itakuwa muhimu kwenu, it's of importance, na ni mambo ambaye ningependa kusema tumejadiliana, hakuna pali kuna daktari ameumia. Angalau wale ambao hata kama hawajashughulikiwa sahi, venye His Excellency the Governor amesema, wakati wao utafika.
In Machakos County, a section of residents in Athi River, Mavoko sub-county in Machakos are afraid of losing their homes after a private investor came out to claim to be the actual owner of the piece of land. The residents are now calling on the government to intervene as they insist to be the actual owners of the piece of land, which they say they have lived on for more than 10 years.
Na leo tukiwa tumekaa tumeona watu wamekuja na matingatinga wakavunja gate yetu pale chini. Wakavunja gate, wakaingia forcefully, wakaanza kukata mtaro around, na bado mpaka sasa hatujajua ni kina nani. Wamekuja na polisi wengi sana. Tukiuliza hao polisi wako hapa ground wanasema they are from Athi River Police Station. Tumewapatia court order, wameangalia, wamekataa ku effect. Tukaenda kwa OCS, we could not find the OCS. The OCS was and the OSPD hakuwa kwa ofisi. Na hii shamba tumekuwa hapa tangu 2002. We were allocated by the then Mavoko Municipal Council kama group ya wakulima. Ukienda pale along the river Ukienda along the river utapata tunafanya farming, hata sasa tunafanya farming. Hizi structures zote ziko hapa, sisi ndio tumeconstruct and we've never had any dispute with anybody. Sasa tena tunaona wengine wameletwa leo na hatujui ni nani wamewaleta, lakini ukiwauliza wanasema wametumwa na OSPD. Kwa nini OSPD mwenyewe hajajileta kwa ground atuoneshe document makaratasi yenye yametumika na mwenye kudai ni yeye mwenyewe, hatumjui na hatujaona mtu. Ni tingatinga tu tunaona tunafanya. Na kwa sababu sisi tunapenda amani, hatutaki kuleta fujo. Hatutaki kupigana hapa kwa shamba kama wale zile group zingine. Sisi tutafuata sheria na tunajua shamba ni yetu na ita remain kwa yetu.
Kisheria sielewi sababu ni lipi haswa nyumba ile yapaswa kubomolewa, kwa vile sijapata cheti chochote kutoka kotini kudhibitisha kwamba nyumba hii hastahili kubomolewa.
Nimeishi hapa kwa miaka 10 sasa nikiwa caretaker wa hii shamba ya 114, tunaitanga ya 114. Tunasema ni dhuluma sababu hakuna askari yote yako hapa ana respond ama anaangalia ile document tuko nayo ya shamba. So tuko na huzuni na hatujui ni nini inaendelea kwa ofisi ya OCPD.
That is quite interesting. Remember just a few weeks ago still there was a major eviction and demolitions while they are in Mavoko, Machakos County. And more than 8,000 non-governmental organizations are at risk of losing their registration certificates if they fail to avail their expenditures to the Board of Non-Governmental Organizations in the country. According to the board's director, Mutuma Nkanatha, the non-governmental organizations have been given a 21 days ultimatum to account for their funds, failure to which they will be deregistered.
So there are some NGOs that have not complied they have not filed their annual returns. They are not in compliance with our regulations. We have already given them notice, 21 days notice. So far, on average, the number of NGOs that submit returns are 3,000. More than 8,000 have not submitted their returns, or about 8,000. Most likely, if they don't do that, we are going to deregister them. We are going to strike them out of our register. We are going to close their offices and all them. So what we are encouraging and telling the NGOs, those who have not complied, to ensure that they comply with our regulations, they submit their annual returns, they update their offices, they tell us what they are doing, they submit reports in terms of the programs they are doing. There are quite a number of a few organizations that may want to use the sector, on areas that are not good, like terrorism financing, money laundering. It's real. So it's something that we want to ensure that it does not happen here in Kenya.
Well, a group of business operators from Meru County earlier in the day held a business conference in Meru town to address issues affecting their operations. According to the operators, their coming together will strengthen their businesses, especially during this festive season. This comes at a time when the country is facing tough economic times.
In terms of the economy, it has been tough, but Meru as a county is a very dynamic county. In regards to agriculture, they have a lot in plenty. So I would say that the county itself has been able to cushion itself in regards to the tough economic times, and that's how we've been able to get in the locals to come in and be tenants and also come and enjoy and have an experience in the mall. And it has been exciting, onboarding the brands and just trying to work around to cushion the current economic challenges we are facing as a country.
So it's a great time. I know it's a festive time, and we have both the visitors within Meru and visitors coming outside Meru to come and do shopping at the mall. So one of the benefits is that you're able to get a mixture of customers or even potential customers within this venue, because you realize in malls it's where most people visit, so that's what we are calling visitors to the mall. You're able to maybe sell to them your goods or services, and also you're able to meet your customers who've been interacting with you, and this is like a one-stop shop when you're coming to the mall at this festive time and the time we're doing the expo.
It's all the entrepreneurs to join us in this event and learn from those who have thrived in business. I believe there are a lot of things to learn from our fellow entrepreneurs.
Business have not been doing well, considering the economic crisis is a countrywide issue. But we're struggling, we're looking forward to positive outcome. Considering it's a festive season, we look forward to people come on board to shop, because we know we have a culture of saving for the Christmas, for the festive seasons.
Well, away from that, over 200 street families in Mathare slums in Nairobi have all the reasons to smile after a group of well-wishers organized a luncheon with the families as the festive season draws nearer. According to the well-wishers, the street families have long been forgotten, and they now want the government to include the families in the Inua Jamii program and ensure they sustain themselves.
Pamoja na marafiki zetu kutoka kwa street, vijana wetu wanaoishi mtaani. Na siku hii ya leo ujumbe wetu ni kidogo sana kwao, ni ya kwamba wakaweze kupunguza utumizi za madawa tegemezi ama madawa za kulevya ili maisha ikaweze kuendelea sawa. Vile vile pia tunao mpango ya kwamba Januari kuna wale tutakuwa tunawapeleka kufanya vocational trainings. Kuna wale wenye kwa sasa hivi wanafanya woodwork, na tuko na wachache pia wanafanya tailoring ama dressmaking. Na vile vile pia tumepanga sasa next year tukaweze kutafuta another cohort wenye watakuwa wanapelekwa kufanya kazi kama za catering ama hospitality. Our cohort ile ya kwanza na ya pili wenye tuko nao wote, remember, wametoka from the street. Vile vile pia siku hii ya leo tutakuwa tukipatiana manguo, si chakula peke yake, na pia entertainment kutoka kwa mandugu zetu na madada zetu from the street.
Well, now on matters cost of living. The high cost of living has been termed as a major cause of teen pregnancies that continue being a menace in the country year in, year out, as many young girls are forced to engage in early sexual activities, or rather ordeals, in order to survive. A large number of young girls in Thika and Nairobi have resorted to living in the streets for lack of basic needs. Let's listen in.
Lovely lady sits down.
Nilikuwa naogopa kukuja huku juu kwa sababu wengine watanichekelea. Nikaona siwezi kosa kuja huku juu ya kuchekelewa. Cheliza nikakuja huku na mimba nikazanga. Cheliza akatushikilia watoto wetu. Saa hii nilizanga nikiwa form 3, lakini nikiwa nataka kurudi form 4 shule.
Tunashukuru kwa sababu kama kituo kama hii imekuja, imeleta pamoja, inapatia kitu ya kufanya kama vocational training, alafu inawafanya counseling na wanaweza kushare hata ideas, na pia wafadhili wanaweza kuta hao wasichana hapa ili waweze kuwasaidia na watoto wao.
Vile statistics zile zilikuwa zinapatikana ama zile zilitangazwa na serikali, Kiambu ilikuwa inaongoza na visa vya gender based violence. So tukaamua to respond to vile serikali ilikuwa imeannounce to answer this center, to respond kwa kuchukua wasichana wale wako na mimba, tukuje tuongee nao. Tuko na wale wamedrop kutoka shule, wametoka shule sababu ya mimba ama lack of school fees. Pia tunawaweka hapa ndiye tukae tukiongea, ndiye waendelee na maisha yao, na tukipata nafasi kwa CDF tunahakikisha tumewarudisha shule.
Well, 4 suspected robbers were arrested earlier today in Lodwar after robbing a businessman approximately 300,000 Kenya shillings. According to Turkana Central Sub-County Police Commander Samuel Kiptanui, the 4 were arrested earlier in the day after robbing a Gabriel Maraga, a businessman in Lodwar town. It is alleged that the robbers traveled from Nairobi with the aim of raiding shops in Lodwar, but their plans failed.
So nika suspect haraka sana hii gari yenye iko nyuma yangu ina reverse ndio imenipora. Nikaifuata nikipiga simu kwa ofisi ya polisi kwa sababu kuna mapolisi wengi tunajuana nao. Nikawapigia simu nikasema mimi nimeporwa na gari yenye imenipora pesa, ninaifuata. Mkimbie mniokoe ama mpige simu pale mbele kwa roadblock wafunge hiyo gari isipite. So tunaomba polisi na tunawashukuru kwa kazi wanayofanya na tunawaomba wasidi kuwa na hiyo roho ya kurespond kwa wakati tunawahitaji.
4 suspects were arrested. Stephen Otieno Kamere, who is age 27 years. Eric Wafula Odiambo, age 21 years. Third, Raval Ndeta Otieno, 32 years. Emmanuel Chuma Okot, who is a driver, who was a driver of the suspected vehicle which was used, was arrested. One suspect is at large by the name Akoskei, who escaped, and the officers are on hot pursuit, and we know we are going to nab him.
Well, taking a look on the DRC's election, this Wednesday, millions of Congolese citizens vote in one of the most anticipated elections. The high-stakes vote could represent the second peaceful civilian-to-civilian transition in the Democratic Republic of Congo's history since independence from Belgium in June 1960. Consolata Chibalonza with the report.
Voters in the Democratic Republic of Congo, a vast nation that holds many of the minerals needed to build electric cars, smartphones, and other devices central to modern life, cast their ballots on Wednesday in an election plagued by delays, protests, and the war in the country's east side. Polling stations in the capital city Kinshasa and several other towns opened hours late because voting materials hadn't been delivered. Congolese officials said they were likely to extend voting in some districts to Thursday to make up for the delays. Two of the major reasons for the delays include poor transport and insecurity. Congo saw opening delays of up to 7 hours in the general election on Wednesday, facing steep logistical and security challenges that raised questions about the credibility of the vote. Some 44 million people, almost half the population, were expected to vote, but many, including several million displaced by conflicts in the vast country's eastern side, could struggle to cast ballots. The fighting has prevented 1.5 million people from registering to vote. At stake is the future of one of Africa's largest nations and one whose mineral resources are increasingly crucial to the global economy. Congo has a history of disputed elections that can turn violent, and there's little confidence among many Congolese in the country's institutions. Who will be the next leader of the richest, poorest country in the world? Time will tell. Consolata Chibalonza, EBN TV.
Well, that is quite sad, considering that DRC Congo is home to a lot of natural resources. Now, we do expect that this second peaceful election, that is, if it will be peaceful, it will be one of the most transforming elections in that specific country. I'm being told that a couple of minutes ago, still elections, or rather the Electoral Commission in DRC Congo was still conducting the specific election this year, which might also go up to tomorrow, taking to account that they did experience challenges in transporting that specific election materials to the specific polling stations in that specific country. Well, we're waiting to see what will transpire and if this will be the second elections second peaceful elections since independence. Well, that marks the end of EBN Prime Edition tonight. Many thanks for tuning in. Until tomorrow, do have a lovely night.